In 50 years, Dubai has transformed from a deserted land to one of the world's biggest cities. Many believe that oil helped build this modern metropolis, but the resource accounts for less than 1% of the state's GDP. The city today is a global business hub and luxury tourist destination that boasts the world's tallest building and a police force that drives supercars. So in this video, we'll look at how Dubai got so rich without its oil reserve, and how its growth is actually shaping the entire Middle Eastern policy. And remember to give this video a thumbs up if you're interested to know these details. With that, let's start. We first look at a brief history of Dubai. It is located in the Persian Gulf, right in the middle of Eurasia continent, almost like a crossing point between the east and west. Much of the development in Dubai and across the Emirates has been facilitated by the British government. The relationship between the two countries began back in the late 19th century, when the UK agreed with the Sheikhs to establish the region as a British protectorate in return for diplomatic concessions. In the 19th century, the British East India Company signed an agreement with the local Sheikhs to secure peace in the area and make Dubai as a port between its empire and Asia. Despite this partnership, the actual growth of this city can be primarily credited to Sheikh Rashid and his vision to make Dubai an international city. Soon after becoming the ruler of Dubai in 1958, he decided to go on a bit of an infrastructure spending spree. He also took out big international loans to fuel this infrastructure dream for Dubai. Next year, in 1959, he went touring around Europe and was greatly inspired by European capitals, particularly London. Walking around the city and traveling on the tube, he was fascinated by the urban design and the overall comfort and convenience that London had to offer. This inspired the design for Dubai. But despite the big loans and the partnership with the British Empire, these projects were too hard to handle and implement. And then in 1966, they found oil. But these oil reserves were quite modest by Middle Eastern standards. For reference, neighboring Abu Dhabi had 10 times more oil than Dubai. Despite that, the oil discovery was a blessing for the rulers, as it provided the necessary capital needed to continue the rapid expansion they had dreamt of. Despite popular belief, and as mentioned earlier, Dubai's main source of income is not oil. One of the main sources is its prosperous maritime activities. Once a modest fishing town, it is now an important trading port, not just for Dubai but for the entire region. Today, Dubai's main cargo port, Jebel Ali, is the busiest port in Middle East and one of its most valuable commercial assets. It accounts for more than 20% of total foreign investment in UAE, employs close to 150,000 people, helps generate more than $80 billion worth of trade, and overall accounts for 21% of Dubai's GDP. Tourism is the other major source of income. Before COVID, the tourism sector contributed more than $41 billion to the economy, making it about 5% of the overall GDP. Interestingly, it accounts for 48% of total employment in the state. The Dubai International Airport today is one of the busiest ones in the world and acts as a hub for Emirates Airlines, which has always been rated as one of the top airlines globally. But it's no longer just a stopover airport. It's also becoming a destination for millions of visitors every year. Gold, construction, and transport are some of the other sectors that contribute significantly to the state's growth. And worth noting that all of these sectors individually are much bigger than oil's contribution. This rapid growth of Dubai has influenced the region as well. Abu Dhabi, the richest country in the Middle East, is now learning the lesson of being less dependent on its oil reserve as the world moves on onto renewable sources. Abu Dhabi is also following Dubai's model of growth, with spending on infrastructure and business to make it a global hub and attract millions of tourists while doing so. Qatar is also on the same path of diversifying its economy, and the 2022 FIFA World Cup is its first step in this direction. In the end, Sheikh Rashid's gamble of borrowing billions of dollars seems to have paid off, having turned this almost inhabited land into one of the world's most powerful cities today. Dubai is today an inspiration for many other developing cities around the world. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, do drop a like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching.